Welcome to the REI Foundation Podcast, where we cover all the steps and strategies to make your real estate dreams a reality. Now your hosts, Jason and Peely.
Welcome to another Multifamily Monday here on the Real Estate Investing Foundation podcast with Jason and Peely. It would be great if I had my mic, and now I do. So it's Monday. And when it's Monday, we talk about multifamily investing. And today I'm going to talk about a number of ways that we have gone about now utilizing just different ways to improve a property. And for that, we're going to talk about a recent property and things we did in that property to ultimately make it perform better. And when we took on this property, it was an ugly dog. So we looked at it from the outside in, because if we're going to ask more of the tenants from an income perspective, we want them to feel that the rent increases we're asking for are justified. So from that, we went forward and changed up the signage, redid an entire overhaul on the landscaping, really cleaning up the property from trimming trees, hedges to, of course, mowing the lawn, flower beds, and anything else that had to be trimmed up to really just give it a better landscape, overall curb appeal. Past that, redid the parking lots. The parking lots were in rough shape, so you want to expect that you're going to have the tenants, when they come to the property, their first basically view of the property is going to be great landscaping, new signage, and they're going to pull into a parking lot that's not ridden of potholes. Once we've now completed on that fast, we now went inside. And from an owner's perspective, we want to utilize on things that's going to make the property more efficient for us. So since this was an all owners paid property, we focused on correcting the utilities. And with the utilities, that two of the buildings had boilers that were basically running at about 40 to 45% efficiency. So we had the money put into our budget to replace these two boilers. And it cost us a little over $20,000 to replace these two boilers. And these two boilers coming in now, maximizing out on efficiency, is now going to cut down our overall gas bill, because it's not really just having a bunch of heat that's being wasted on inefficient boiler systems that were in place before. To maximize on this, we started replacing windows, because if we're going to have buildings that are now pumping out heat, and then we have really single pane old windows that have a pretty dim quality of insulation, then we're basically pumping in money to maximize on the heat when the heat's just going to continue to go out the building because it's just going out the windows. So you want to make sure when you're doing improvements that you're thinking of the improvements from point A to point B. On top of that, we went forward and also replaced toilets, shower faucets, and shower heads. We really just put in aerators. And what this created was, instead of having an overuse of possible water, where we are again paying the bill, we've now put in low E flush toilets and aerators. And what that's done over a year is cut down our water bill over 30%, which is a massive savings. So just think, if our water bill is $60,000 a year, and we cut that down 30%, that's roughly around $18,000. Let's just call it $20,000 for overall. So that $20,000 is going right to the bottom line. So it's a $20,000 improvement in our net operating income. So just because of now, it's just less expenses overall. And for easy math, let's say the building is at a 10 cap for value. So if we take that $20,000 at a 10 cap, we've just improved that property just by really improving the efficiency of the utilities over $200,000. Well, these are just some of the ways that we looked at a property without even talking about rent increases. To one, make the tenants feel better, that they have a better place to live, and two, maximize the property so we have a better place, a more efficient place to operate, and ultimately a better thing for our pockets. So this is Jason with the Real Estate Investing Foundation podcast. Happy Monday. We will be focusing on some ways to improve on the income on the next podcast, next Multifamily Monday podcast. So stay tuned. Happy Monday, and talk shortly.
Thanks for tuning into the REI Foundation Podcast. Check back next time for more awesome tips and strategies to launch your new you in real estate.